The name Good People kind of comes from how we in the South use that term. That person's good people, he's good people, she's good people. It was Southern without being too kitschy country, and was really more of a moniker for the community at large, not internally. My name is Michael Fellers.
And I'm Jason Malone, and our craft is beer.
Good People Brewing Company is a craft brewery based out of Birmingham, Alabama. It's the largest and oldest brewery in the state of Alabama, and we've been operating since about 2008.
Our core beers, the ones we have all the time, are our IPA, our Pale Ale, our Coffee Oatmeal Stouts, Brown Ale, Bearded Lady, which is a wheat ale, and a Snake Handler, which is a big double IPA. And then here in the tap room, we have some specialty batches that you can really only get here in the tap room. Our biggest sellers are IPA, but here in the tap room, our New Mexican Lager is really popular. Our day starts in production about 4:30. Our first guys come in and start prepping for the day. We'll immediately, around 5 o'clock or so, start brewing our first batch, our first of 4 batches that we do each day. We'll start canning around 6. We typically can till about noon or 1 o'clock, and brewing will continue until about 11 p.m. From about start to finish, grain to glass, if you will, it's about 25 days, give or take a little bit depending on the style we're making. First step in the process is that we crack our grain back in the back. We then take that grain and we mash it, which is the introduction of hot water over the period of time. During the mashing process, the starches are converted to sugars. We then boil it where we add hops. We then cool it down and move it to a fermenter where we introduce yeast. Then it's a natural process where it eats the sugars that we just created. It stays in the fermenter 10, 12, 15 days depending on the batch. We'll then separate the liquid from the yeast and move it to a secondary holding tank. Off that, we'll carbonate it and package it either to kegs or cans. On average, it's about 750 to 800 cases a day. Most of our batches are about 1,900 gallons, which is about 120 kegs. The big macro breweries, they do millions and millions of gallons, so we're quite small. All in on the production staff, we got about 15 employees now.
And then on the front of the house, tap room, sales, we probably have another 20, 25. We've kind of grown organically, and I think our team has done that as well. I think most people knew someone to get the next job, so it's definitely kind of a family atmosphere. That's the one thing about coming to work, right? You always come to work with people you like and you relate to. Kind of the inside joke is it could be worse. We could have to work for a living. You can buy our beer in the Deep South, so we are distributed in Alabama, Georgia, all of Tennessee, and the Panhandle of Florida. Well, I think our goal is to do what is right for the business and smart. So some of that may be expansion, some of that may be different products coming out online. But yeah, expansion is definitely on the table for sure.
You have dreams, I guess, when you start a business, but you don't really realize what that entails. Things move so fast now, it's kind of hard to hit time out and soak on how far we've come, but it's crazy to think how far we've grown in such a short time.